Cruise news time. And well, it done got wild at a comedy show on a cruise ship. A fight broke out. Maybe the person that was upset just didn't get the joke. And we also have a pretty serious thing going on. 2 cruises canceled because of a cruise fire. And I got a question. Which cruise line are you going on next? A recent survey revealed the top 10 of the next cruise lines that people are going on. And number 1 may or may not be a surprise. Yeah, that plus a whole lot more. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Vida Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face on a Tuesday the 20th of August, 2024. And wow, it's been a minute since we've delved into the cruise news, and I got a big old steaming pile of the cruise news for you today. Let's start with a little scary story if we can. There's a cruise ship that's operating out of South Korea, an old Costa cruise ship. It used to be the Costa Mediterranea, but now rebranded for the Adora cruise company, Adora Mediterranean. They had a fire. They had a fire on the 14th of August in their engine room, and it's caused the cancellation of its next 2 cruises, 2 5-night cruises on August the 17th and August the 22nd. Sadly, 3 crew members were injured in the fire. The preliminary investigation shows that the fire started in the air conditioning system, a malfunctioning compressor. Again, it's enough of a fire that they've had to cancel the next 2 cruises. Compensation being offered. Guests that are booked on those next 2 cruises can either get a full refund or they can rebook onto another cruise. Fortunately, it seems like this is turning out as well as possible. Fire, a scary thing on cruise ships, and fire not the only scary thing while cruising. I just finished up 30 days of travel, which meant I had to use a lot of public Wi-Fi, which is certainly risky because public Wi-Fi is one of the more common ways that your private internet data is exposed to identity thieves and to hackers. Well, fortunately, the sponsor of today's episode, Private Internet Access VPN, helps protect your sensitive data. Private Internet Access VPN is an application that protects your internet activity by encrypting that data to keep it away from prying eyes. Private Internet Access VPN is the world's most transparent VPN provider. They never store or record your data. They offer 24/7 support and allow you to try the service risk-free with a 30-day money-back guarantee. One of the big reasons I recommend Private Internet Access VPN is they offer unlimited devices for just 1 subscription price, and they cover all of your devices, all the major operating systems like iOS, Mac OS, Windows, Android, Linux. Another thing I really like about Private Internet Access VPN is it helps with geo-fencing. One of the big events of the last 30 days was the season 2 finale of the HBO show House of the Dragon. And that finale was something I wanted to watch. I tried to pull up my Max app on my iPad, and it quickly alerted me that I was ineligible to watch the show because it was only for US customers. And I'm like, hey, I'm a US customer, but it looked like to Max that I was in Europe. And so I was able to use PIA VPN on my iPad to connect to a server in the United States, and I was able to watch the finale, which a lot of folks aren't happy with the finale, but there's gonna be a season 3, so I'm excited about that. You can try Private Internet Access VPN for yourself for a discount. You can go to the link www.piavpn.com/LaLitaLoca. You can type that in, or you can click the link in the description. You get 83% off of your private internet access. It's about $2.03 a month, and you get 4 extra months completely free. Protect your data, protect your identity. Thank you, Private Internet Access VPN, for sponsoring today's episode. All right, are we ready to take that little boat trip to cruise crazy land? Can we talk about the fracas that occurred between a cruise ship passenger and a cruise comedian? Take a look at this video that was captured by Book with Ayana. She has captured a fight between a cruise ship comedian and a cruise ship passenger. And I've heard a couple other people covering this story, and I'm still not 100% sure what the story is. But apparently somewhere along the way during the comedy show, the comedian commented on maybe an incident that this lady had with another cruise passenger, and all heck broke loose. Excuse the language, all heck broke loose. A back and forth exchange happened between the comedian and the cruise passenger. The cruise passenger had to be separated from the comedian, walked out of the comedy club, and then the crescendo to this fracas is as the lady got up to the top of the stairs or something like that, she whipped the glass. She whipped a glass at the cruise ship comedian. There's been mixed reactions in the comments of this video. Some saying that the lady was way out of line. Some saying that the comedian antagonized her and therefore he got what he deserved. Let's all close our eyes and guess what cruise line this occurred on. Do you want to say, it's not Carnival, you biased folk? No, it was MSC Cruise Line. How about that? It was a short cruise though. So for those people that want to say short cruises are all trash and too much fracas, maybe that there's some more evidence. It's like a 3-day cruise or something like that. But yeah, look, it happens. It happens. Little fracas. I've watched the video a few times and it's left me with a question. Could the comedian have de-escalated the situation? Should the comedian de-escalate the situation? Or is it all fair game when you're in the realm of the professional jokester? I don't know. Fortunately, nothing went down physically, so that's good. Well, other than getting a glass whipped at your head, but nobody got hit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 4 is a story I include because I want to ask you an enticing question. The headline reads, Coral Princess returns to Australia after a 110-night world cruise. G'day, mate. A 110-night world cruise, and that's about all I care about this headline. I'm glad. Yay, the 110-night world cruise made it. The question I have for you is that too long? Could you do a 110-night world cruise? Is that length of cruise on your bucket list? I was gone for, 23 days. I did a 7-day cruise and I did a 16-day cruise, and I really didn't spend any time at home between those two, and I was kind of ready to be home. I think I maybe just like my cruising in small doses. I like being at home. I like both, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know that I want to do 110 days. There is a survey that was published that talks about length of cruise. It also talks about the next cruise line. We're going to cover some of that in a little bit after I finish the news stories. Get it in mind. What's the perfect length of cruise for you, and what would be your next cruise line? See how accurate you are compared to the survey results of 7,000 other cruisers. Cruise news story number 5 comes to you via a press release from the House of Mouse as Disney Cruise Line is cacawing their 7 new areas on the Disney Adventure. Disney Adventure is that mega ship that they purchased that they're going to sell over there in Asia, and they've started to release the deets. The details. Let me just tell you what these 7 areas are called, and then they provided a artistic rendering of one of those areas. Here's the artistic rendering. What area do you think this is? I will give you the areas, and then we can see if we can match it up. Okay, one more second of looking at the rendering, and now here is the areas. You have the Marvel Landing. You've got Toy Story Place, the Town Square, that's 3. Wayfinder Bay, number 4. Disney Imagination Garden, Disney Discovery Reef, and San Francisco Street. I think that's a mashup between Tokyo and San Francisco. If you're going to San Francisco, that's going to be hard to say. So, shout out Ludacris. Those are the 7 areas. Disney Imagination Garden, Disney Discovery Reef, San Francisco Street, Marvel Landing, Toy Story Place, Town Square, and Wayfinder Bay. Here's the rendering. What do you think this is? Dun, 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 dun. It's the Disney Imagination Garden. Start your unforgettable journey in the Disney Imagination Garden, inspired by 100 years of heroic and heartwarming Disney tales. Here you and your loved ones can shop, dine, or catch a stunning performance amid an enchanted valley with a charming garden and majestic stage before setting out on your next adventure. I don't know. The thing I came away from reading this press release is, will anybody go specifically to Singapore to take a ride on this Disney cruise ship, or will this be primarily Singaporeans, people that are in that area? I want to do it, kind of. I'm not a huge Disney Cruise Line fan. I didn't love it, but I do like the idea of a twisted adventure of going to Singapore to sail on a Disney ship. I don't know, any interest from you guys? Would you do it? Leave a comment below. All right, the hits keep rolling on. Let's talk about rubber ducks. There's been a lot of controversy lately about the rubber ducks that have been hidden on cruise ships. We had a story that my friend Don Terrace relayed about John Heald being confronted, John Heald, Carnival brand ambassador, being confronted by a disgruntled cruise passenger saying, these ducks gotta go. But, you know, that's the normal controversy. How about this? I was reading an article today. Is this on Travel Pulse? I'm reading an article on Travel Pulse where somebody was hiding ducks in Naples, Italy at an aqueduct. Not to be confused with that song Aqualung, but aqueduct. In Naples, Italy, Naples, Italy, at the aqueduct, hiding a rubber duck, and the person took exception. They got upset because this is a UNESCO heritage site. That's one of the sites that everybody goes, ooh, UNESCO, ooh. Some people collect the UNESCO sites because they're fancy and they're, you know, culturally significant, that kind of thing. What do you think? Should they ban hiding rubber ducks at UNESCO sites? Is it just a trashy practice? Who cares? I don't know. I get it though. Like, you know, do you want, like, you know, a rubber duck sat up there next to the Mona Lisa, or, you know, hiding in Stonehenge or something like that? Might confuse the aliens at Stonehenge. I went to Stonehenge. Make sure you check that video out. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Now let's look at this, a survey. I feel like Richard Dawson. I just don't have my wife here to kiss. You want to see something unsettling? Google Gilligan's Island Family Feud, and Richard Dawson kisses Marianne on the lips. He kisses everybody on the lips, really. Kisses Marianne on the lips so many times, like Don Wells. It was uncomfortable. But he kissed everybody like that. So I guess that was just those were the times. Survey says cruise line Shipmate, they are in cahoots. I think that's the back end of Shipmate, cruiseline.com, and they put out a survey and 7,000 people responded. 7,000 makes me want to do a survey because we've had several thousand people respond to questions. Two things that I keyed in on that I think would be interesting to look at. What is the most popular length of cruise, and what are the cruise lines that people are cruising on next? And then I looked at the list of 10 cruise lines, and I've got, guess how many of these cruise lines I've been on? What's your number? What's your cruise line body count, I guess is what we're saying. Is it okay to talk about cruise line body count? So officially titled is the 2024 member survey of cruiseline.com and Shipmate. Let's look at the second column, the length of future cruises. The most popular is 7 nights, with the second popular being 10 to 14 nights. And then you got to go all the way down to the fourth most popular of the 15 nights. That's where the 110 night would fall in. So it seems like most folks are pretty down to clown with a 7-night cruise. And then the other thing that I was interested in, what is the top cruise line booked? People that have booked. 96% of the 7,000 people have a cruise booked, and their top one is Royal Caribbean, closely followed by Carnival and Norwegian Cruise Line. It's almost like we should call those the big three. The big three. I'm sure the folks at MSC don't like the fact that they're down there at number 6. But here we go. Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, Celebrity Princess, MSC, Holland, Viking, Virgin, and Oceania. If I'm looking at that top 10, my body count is 8. I have been on every one of those cruise lines except Viking Cruises and Oceania. Out of those top 10, what are your cruise? What's your number? Of course, it's Tuesday, which means I got Tuesday Night live shows tonight. 8 p.m. for people that are part of our Patreon community, 9 p.m. for the big public YouTube show. I don't have a topic yet. So if you want to suggest a topic, you could go ahead and suggest a topic. Thank you so much for checking out this episode. Subscribe for more. Thank you, PIA VPN, for your sponsorship. Make sure you check out those links in the description. This is Tony for La Lido Loca. Till the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise News.